Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast. It is a weekly chat about socially conscious topics impacting the culture. I'd like to extend my gratitude in you listening to this podcast. It means everything to me, and I hope it is clear that this subject matter is so important to me. I care about our people, our future, and making a positive change in this nation.
This episode is powered by Poddex.
Do you find it difficult to come up with content ideas for your podcast? Or perhaps you've gotten stuck during an interview with a guest where you just have nothing more to ask? Try Poddex today. Poddex is the best all-in-one podcast idea generation tool. You get everything from episode ideas to interesting conversation starters for interviews, engaging discussions for your live streams, and even social media content ideas. With this tool, you don't have to spend weeks trying to come up with content for an episode or unique questions for your guests. Just shuffle the cards, pick one at random, hit the record button, and get started. Now you can make better content, have more fun while you're at it, and get your viral moment. All with Poddex. Head over to poddex.com and use code C4C. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Woke by Accident podcast. And this episode is especially for the content creators of color podcast challenge collective. I wanted to provide an update in the matter of Lauren Smithfield's. I was hoping that more information would be available to share, so I'll provide what we have so far. And then also there's another case that occurred on the same day that I wanted to share, and there's some similar information related to share. So Lauren Smithfield's, we may recall the very sad case of the 23-year-old college student who died on December 12th after going on a date with a man that she met on a dating app. It was determined by the medical examiner that the cause of death for Lauren Smithfield's was an overdose of fentanyl, prescription medication, and alcohol, and her death was ruled an accident. The police did open a criminal investigation into her death after the medical examiner report was released, so that investigation is still ongoing. Okay, so here is the other case, and it happened in the same city of Bridgeport. So the other case, the other victim is 53-year-old Brenda Lee Rawls. Now, Brenda Lee Rawls died also on December 12th in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Her family also had difficulty getting information from the police. The police did not report her death, did not contact the family. They had to contact the medical examiner's office to find out of her death, and they had to struggle to get details from the department. So the family later found out that a detective, Angel Lanos, had been assigned to Rawls' case, and they left him at least 4 messages, and none of them were returned. So as a result, both families having difficulty with the Bridgeport Police Department and the detectives assigned to the case. The update is that 2 of the Bridgeport police detectives assigned to each respective case were suspended and put on administrative leave because of their handling of the deaths of the 2 women who died on the same day. The mayor, Joseph P. Ganim, ordered the suspensions and said in a statement that detectives Cronin and Lanos showed a lack of sensitivity to the public and failed to show police policy in dealing with grieving families. Insensitivity, disrespect, inaction, or deviation from policy will not be tolerated by me or others in the administration. So that was pretty huge for the mayor to take a step that way. Definitely the coverage in the news, which is the pressure. We talked about applying pressure to make change. That had something to do with it, I feel. So we definitely need more of that. Definitely need more answers, because at this time, there's still no cause of death for Brenda Lee Rawls. They're stating that it was unclear how she died. There was no signs of trauma or foul play. And so the medical examiner has not released her cause of death still, even since December. And so, we're seeing so many similar scenarios like this. This wasn't believed to be the same man involved. It was a different man who this second victim was meeting with. However, he has not been charged or named a person of interest either. And so it's just odd and strange and sad that we're seeing, these types of cases. Definitely feel like we need to start having more conversations about these types of matters as a cautionary tale, and just as a matter of concern for others who are dating or entertaining dating apps. It's a scary time. People are kind of in a more desperate situation now going through this pandemic than before, it feels. And so people say one thing on social media, but it may not be true or accurate. And so you just have to be careful. And it's just really sad that, someone may have put their trust in another individual and they took advantage of that and meant to cause someone harm. And two people's lives are lost because of it. Or someone just, took advantage clearly and caused harm to two African American women, and we have an unsolved case here. So if anybody knows anything, please reach out to authorities. These cases are still open, and these families are looking for answers. Now, the attorney on the Lawrence Smith Fields case is attached to the other case. So he's representing both families now, and he is seeking to sue the Bridgeport Police Department. So we'll be keeping an eye on this case. We hope to have more updates, but definitely want to spark a conversation in the community and in the space about these types of matters of our women and our families. And we want to just protect each other, guys. All right? Well, as always, we thank you guys for listening. At this time, we're going to go ahead and conclude the episode. We greatly appreciate you listening. We invite you to follow us on social media. On Instagram, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. On Twitter, it is Woke By. On Facebook, it is Woke by Accident Podcast. We also have the new website up, www.wokebyaccident.net. Please check us out, and also follow us on all of your favorite streaming platforms, and please leave a review and share feedback. You can also reach out by Gmail, wokebyaccident@gmail.com. And every time you listen, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for listening, and take care.